All right, we're looking at these visuals coming in about the commissioning of the INS Vagir. This, remember, is going to be adding to the naval powers of this country and will be very crucial with regard to the aggression that we see from China too. We're talking about the 5th Scorpene class submarine, and that is involved in diverse missions hereon. So these are the visuals that you can see on your screen. And we'll try and get our reporter on the ground too, coming in. INS Vagir, remember, it's very crucial because this is made in India for India, and Navy is calling it the silent killer. And some of the details that I can tell you is not just about the anti-surface warfare or anti-submarine warfare, but also intelligence gathering, mine laying, surveillance mission is what INS Vagir will be involved in. It can be deployed both closer to the shore as well as mid-ocean too. So these are the latest visual on your screen right now. Take a look of how INS Vagir looks like, and it is in many ways for the submarine a return to the Indian Navy after it was earlier decommissioned. So official protocol, greetings. And in just a short while we'll have a report from our colleague as well on the ground. All the technology used in the submarine is Indian, and that is also, remember, another moment to feel proud of, adding to our defense sector, where the submarines, the ammunition that we've started to use, a lot of it is going to be manufactured within the country, not dependent on the foreign countries. We're talking about the 5th Scorpene class of the submarine that's been commissioned, calling it the silent killer. It is into the underwater fleet, one of the most crucial, and will be adding to the Indian naval powers to the next level. My colleague Dev Kotak is on the ground right now to get us the commissioning visuals. Over to you, Dev. What do you see? And this is, it is an incredibly proud moment for anyone to know that it's not just about adding to the naval powers of the submarine, for example, to fight China's maritime aggression, but to know that it's made in India, for India, is adding on to our military powers. Dev.
Well, yes, Pooja, absolutely. It is has recently been commissioned about 5 minutes ago and is added to India's fleet that will also boost our defense armory. Of course, back in the day, as you know, history has it that we used to borrow the submarine here and in the now, like you said, it's an absolutely proud moment. It is the 5th submarine of the Kalaveri class, and the stellar service of the country. Its namesake is the erstwhile Vagir. This has been made and constructed by the Mazgaon Shipbuilders Limited. And right now, as you can see the visuals, these are the recently commissioned INS Vagir about 5 minutes ago. Right now, the person speaking is the commanding officer. And definitely, like I said, that it boosts our defense arsenal to try and help us combat the maritime aggression that is posing a constant threat by China. So, of course, this comes in as a brilliant surprise and as an asset for the Indian nation that will really allow the Indian Navy to grow and expand, and, of course, the defense at large to really improve its existing set of assets it has in its arsenal.
Right, let's just dip in first to the address being made, and then we'll
members
return.
Of the media, ladies and gentlemen, it's an honor and privilege for me to be here today for the commissioning of Vagir, a platform that will give a significant fillip to the Indian Navy's operational might and serve as a potent deterrent for any adversary. This day is also an important milestone in the Navy's evolution as a combat-ready, credible, cohesive and future-proof force. As today, one more sentinel of the deep seas proudly breaks out the new naval ensign, signaling its readiness to go into harm's way in the service of our great nation. And ladies and gentlemen, in the Navy, it's a time-honored tradition that old ships and submarines never die. In keeping with that spirit, this submarine in front of us is a reincarnation of erstwhile Vagir, which served India and the Indian Navy for 3 decades. A committed sentinel defending our nation's interest in the maritime domain. And Vagir takes its name from the sandfish a deadly deep-sea predator of the Indian Ocean that is both fearless and stealthy. And true to the name, in its new avatar also, she is a lethal platform with a formidable weapon package and state-of-the-art stealth technology. Her capabilities and firepower will not only enhance the Navy's combat potential, but will also add much teeth to our efforts at deterrence. So Vagir will be the third submarine inducted into the Navy in a short span of 24 months. And this is no small achievement and underscores the coming of age of India's shipbuilding industry and the maturing of our defense ecosystem. It is also a shining testimony to the expertise and experience of our shipyards to construct complex and complicated platforms. These aspects also serve to reinforce the Indian Navy's unequivocal commitment and steadfast resolve to be a fully Atmanirbhar force by 2047. This is a commitment we have made to our political leadership. So working shoulder to shoulder with us in this endeavour has been the Mazagon Shipbuilders Limited, a close and valued partner for the Indian Navy. So MDL has been at the forefront of our transition from a buyer's navy to a builder's navy. The commissioning ceremony today is yet another reaffirmation of the synergy that exists between our organizations in our common goal of pursuing Atmanirbharta in spirit and practice. My congratulations to the CMD MDL, his staff and all workers of the shipyard for their diligence, hard work and commendable efforts which has led to Vagir's commissioning today. Your hard work and dedication is sincerely appreciated. Equally, I would like to compliment the submarine's commanding officer and his team for his unwavering commitment and sustained efforts towards progressing all major trials, including those of weapons and sensors, within a short time period of 11 months. And as the commissioning crew, you bear an onerous responsibility in that while you must ensure the highest levels of combat readiness and efficiency, you also have to work to establish and nurture the culture and the soul or the Atma of Vagir as brought out by Admiral Raja Menon. The ethos that you put in place today will endure for many years, and in doing so, you must be guided by your core values of duty, honor and courage in every action that you undertake. The enthusiasm and the josh that I see in your faces gives me confidence that each one of you will do your duty and do it well, and that Vagir will serve the nation with pride and elan, guided by these highest traditions of the Navy. So may all those of you who sail on Vagir be blessed with good luck, fair winds, following seas and success in every mission. Jai Hind, Shano Varan.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Honorable Chief Guest will now embark the submarine and unveil the submarine.
Naval Staff, Admiral Hari Kumar, and very important words that he said. For those wondering the meaning of Vagir, that is the name of the submarine, as he explains that Vagir means a sand shark, and that it represents the stealth and fearlessness, which are the qualities synonymous with the ethos of a submariner. And this is the third submarine to be added into the fleet in 24 months. Remember, as I was mentioning earlier, that this is a made in India for India submarine, and thereby adding on, as according to the Chief of Naval Staff too, the commitment for Atmanirbhar Bharat. They're saying that they have given this commitment from the Navy to the political leadership, and in spirit and in practice is being seen as the Atmanirbharta that we see with INS Vagir. So this made in India submarine, remember, apart from other diverse missions, will be most crucial to be taking on the Chinese maritime aggression. And with this, we now have 16 conventional and 1 nuclear submarine in the Indian Naval Force. The Chief of Naval Staff currently on board the submarine and will be unveiling it. It is set to be commissioned. Remember, erstwhile Vagir was commissioned first in 1973, decommissioned in 2001, served the nation for close to 3 decades and is back in service. Let's bring in Dev Kotak for the latest on that. Dev, a proud moment for all, but it will also be, of course, representative of the fact that we have neighbors, whether it's Pakistan or whether it's China, and thereby one of the reasons that we need a strong naval force too, because these are untrustworthy neighbors. And to counter their aggression, we need to add on to our naval force. Do give us details about INS Vagir and the event that is on right now.
Well, yes, in front of your screen you can see the unveiling and the commissioning that is happening. Extremely proud moment for all Indians. And of course, there are two major factors, apart from the fact that we need to counter our neighbors who are untrustworthy and the aggression provided by Pakistan. And apart from that, it also adds to India's military prowess and displays, India's military might in front of the world, and shows that India is also capable of manufacturing and producing its own weapons and adding and boosting its the artillery and its arsenal. So definitely you can see in terms of the visuals, very, very historic, and also rather a very emotional moment for Raja Menon, the Lieutenant Commander of the Vagir earlier, and of course it was decommissioned in 2001,
Yes.
and 20 years later today it makes a foray and a return absolutely fully out. You can see the condition in which it is, and the kind of ceremony that is being carried out is definitely a moment of nostalgia for all the fellow Indians who should be proud of India's military might and the arsenal that the defense forces continue to boost.
And it's incredible, Dev, isn't it? What you're witnessing also is history. This is INS